My legs moved before I knew why. Instinct pulled me forward as if some invisible current had swept me up and refused to let go. I didn't have time to think, only to move, to react, to trust the urgency in my veins. The city blurred past us, people rushing everywhere. Horns blared, lights flickered, and the world seemed to spin faster with every step I took. But I was running for something else, or from it, maybe both. The line between pursuit and escape was razor thin, and I was balanced right on the edge. My breath was the only real thing pounding in my chest. Each inhale burned. Each exhale was a desperate promise to keep going. I was haunted by memories more solid than the world around me. They clung to me, heavy and unshakable, shadows in the neon glow. I remembered Star, her laugh, her eyes, the anchor to a past I couldn't let go. Then my phone buzzed, jolting me back to the present. A message. Greenwood Lake, the old bridge, you have 5 minutes. The words glowed on the screen, urgent and impossible. 5 minutes, impossible. The lake was across town, a place I'd tried to forget, a place that still echoed with old laughter and pain. But my body moved anyway, pulled by something stronger than logic. It was as if my heart remembered what my mind wanted to erase. The city became an obstacle course. I dodged, jumped, ran. Every barrier was just another test of how far I'd go for a ghost. 5 minutes was a cruel joke, but a message from Star was a message from a ghost, one I'd never stopped hoping to see again. And you don't ignore ghosts. Not when they call you back to the places you swore you'd never return. Not when they were once the most real thing in your world. I ran, chasing the past and whatever waited for me at the end of 5 impossible minutes. I reached Greenwood Lake with seconds to spare. The city's noise faded, replaced by water lapping at the shore. The old bridge stood there, just as I remembered, a monument to a friendship that once felt endless. Fear and hope walked with me as I stepped onto the bridge. I was chasing a ghost, following a message I barely understood. At the center, the air began to hum, a low, resonant sound. Light shimmered, swirling into a portal of pearlescent color. It was beautiful and terrifying, a tear in reality waiting for me. Every rational thought screamed to run, but the memory of Star urged me forward. This was a chance. For what I didn't know. In the portal's depths, I glimpsed a familiar classroom. With a deep breath, I stepped through the light, and everything changed. The world reformed. I was in our old classroom. Sunlight streamed through tall windows, dust motes swirling, desks in neat rows, the clock frozen at 3:15. I was a ghost in my own memory, longing for what was lost. Then I saw her, Star, sketching by the window, alive in a way I'd only remembered. My voice caught. I couldn't speak, couldn't move. I was weightless, unseen, watching the moment before everything changed.
Dash, you came.
Star, what is this?
This is a memory, but it's also a message. You have to listen. You have to find what was forgotten. It's the only way to save everything. The room faded, her eyes pleading. I reached for her, but the memory collapsed. I was falling.
Forgotten? What did I forget? The question echoed in my mind, louder than the world around me. Something important, just out of reach, tugged at the edge of my memory.
We stopped listening to the quiet things, the promises, the threads that connected us, invisible but strong. You let them break, one by one, until only silence remained between us. There isn't much time. The world is unraveling because the past is broken. Every forgotten promise pulls at the seams. You have to find the first thread, the promise that started it all, before everything falls apart for good.
I needed to hold on, to keep her here. If I let go, she would vanish forever, lost to the unraveling world and to me.
This will help you remember. Read it. Be quick. Time is running out for everyone, and the answers you seek are hidden inside these words.
I clutched the letter, the only solid thing in a world falling apart. Its weight was real, grounding me as everything else slipped away. Her face faded, her eyes pleading. She was slipping from my grasp, her memory dissolving like mist in the morning sun. The memory collapsed. I tumbled through color and sound, ejected from the past. It felt like falling through a dream, with no way to stop or slow down. The letter was still in my hand, a link to the ghost in the memory. It glowed faintly, as if urging me to remember what I had lost. I had to read it. I had to understand the first thread before it was too late. The truth waited inside, and I couldn't turn away. I landed hard on the bridge, breath knocked from my chest, the letter still clutched in my fist. The world was waiting for my next move. The world snapped back into focus as if waking from a dream. The sun was setting, painting the sky in gold and crimson, casting long shadows across the bridge where I stood, suspended between two worlds. The portal was shrinking, its light flickering and fading like the last ember of a dying fire. Each second it grew smaller, more distant, threatening to disappear forever. The letter was real, the wax seal cool and solid in my trembling hand. My heart pounded so loudly I could barely hear my own thoughts. The portal was closing, forever, and with it, every chance to make things right. I could walk away, let the past remain buried, or I could embrace this impossible quest, risking everything for a promise I barely remembered. With shaking hands, I broke the seal and unfolded the letter, desperate for answers, for hope, for a sign. Underlined twice, find the first thread. The words seemed to pulse with urgency, as if they were written just for me in this very moment. It begins where we saw the fallen star. The memory surfaced, vivid and sharp. The memory hit me, a meteor shower, a promise made under shooting stars, laughter echoing in the night, a vow whispered to the universe. The portal was now a pinprick of light, barely visible against the fading sun. The choice was clear, and the weight of it pressed on my chest. No more time for doubt, no more room for fear, only action remained. The fate of everything rested on a forgotten promise, a single thread connecting past and future. My heart pounding, I took a running step toward the dying light, every muscle tensed with anticipation and fear. I had to go back. I had to face what waited on the other side, no matter the cost. I had to find the first thread, to honor the promise and the hope it carried. With the letter in my hand and Star's plea echoing in my soul, I leaped into the closing portal, chasing destiny before it vanished forever.